Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Frank LeBoeuf is here, Stevie Nicol, Don Hutchinson. Don, I haven't seen you for a couple of days. You've had some adventures around town. Good to get some pizza.
Went to New Haven.
Right.
Italy, went for a lovely pizza.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the world.
Long way for a pizza. Huh?
The obsession with people having... But aren't there people who queue for 2 hours for pizza in New Haven?
2 hour queue.
That I would...
No, we didn't.
Never queue.
No,
never
we didn't.
Queue for
we
food.
Tried. We didn't. We moved on. That was a 2 hour queue. So we went round the block and found another place that was magnificent.
Isn't pizza just pizza, really?
No, this was good.
It gets people angry when you say that.
I know.
They get very wound up. Where do you stand on pizza, Frank? Would you queue for 2 hours for it?
Of course not. I like good pizza, but not for 2 hours. You know, come on. I can find, in the next corner in France pizza. You know what? In France, French people eat more pizza than in Italy. That's absolutely crazy.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm sure in America more people eat more pizza than in Italy. I hope Don is back
because
tomorrow.
You have 350 million, of course.
I hope Don is back tomorrow.
I am.
Because today.
Oh, OK.
Because yesterday you made some silly comments.
Oh, did I?
You were asked to name some top strikers. Yeah. Because you keep saying you need a top striker, number 9 coming in.
Yeah.
And you use the words Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I said when fit. So the question was, name some strikers under 100 million.
Yes.
That could do, I think it was a Chelsea fan, but I'm not sure.
Right.
So I said Dominic Solanke, Dominic Calvert-Lewin when he's fit, Lisandro Martinez,
You can't
Harry Kane.
You can't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
No, I said when fit. So when fit you can. Like Chelsea need Pedro Neto when fit. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's a great player.
But Chelsea don't need Pedro Neto when fit either.
No, my point is, if Dominic Calvert-Lewin stays fit, he's a good player. That's why Newcastle were going to spend, I think, about £60 million on him. He just needs to stay away from injuries.
So a top striker would be Calvert-Lewin if fit?
No, I think the question was, from a Chelsea fan, could you name... I think because you were saying you always bang on about Osimhen.
Right. The question was, who else is there?
The question was, can you name 3 players apart from Osimhen?
OK.
So I said Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Dominic Solanke, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Kane...
Right.
Etc, etc.
Lautaro Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Harry Kane?
Well, because it was under 100 million. So I'm thinking he's under 100 million.
Right, but he's not available. He's not going to go, is he?
Don't worry about that, Dan.
But availability is part of the conversation. As a pundit, you can't keep saying they need a top striker, then list the strikers, and none of them are then available to make the move.
The guy who sent the tweet in was just trying to be a little bit funny by saying how much I always bang on about Osimhen. Yes. Challenge Don.
But Osimhen's available. That's why.
Challenge Don to name another 3.
Why do you get angry?
The question was just name another 3.
But Osimhen's available. Kane's not available.
Dominic Solanke was.
Right.
He's gone to Tottenham.
OK.
Right.
So he's
Dominic Calvert-Lewin might be, because he nearly went to Newcastle.
But he's not fit.
I know, and I said that.
Well, why did you even bring him up?
Because I said when fit.
So what 3 have we got?
Oh, my days. Help me, Frank.
What about Mateta? Why did you name Mateta?
Mateta,
that's a good player.
Good shout. Lukaku.
Well, he's done it for 1 season at Palace. Calm down.
No, he had
Calm
a great
down.
season.
No, but he's done it for half a season at Palace.
Oh, he was great, though.
Well, pull your jets.
He's a silver medalist.
He's a silver medalist. OK, all right, lovely, good. OK, so you can't even name 3.
Just named you about 6.
No, you didn't.
I did, with Frank's help. So Lukaku, Mateta.
Say again?
Lukaku.
Lukaku? Where's he come from?
Well, he's for sale.
Available, isn't he?
Well, a top-class striker.
Actually, Chelsea might as well buy him because he's still on their books.
So he's top-class striker, Lukaku?
When he's fit, yeah.
Oh, my God. When he's fit.
I'm just going to use that all the time.
OK, so you couldn't do it.
I did.
Frank, Chelsea just signed 2 more players. What do players think when the team signs other players for their position? Does it motivate you or put you under pressure?
I think it puts you under pressure. Might be for the best depending on the position that you play in. I mean, because, let's say that at front, it's not really a problem because you always have a chance to come on because of the substitution and the freshness that you are looking for. It's the same as a midfielder. At some position, you can substitute. At the back, it's getting tricky. It's not like goalkeepers, but almost. The 2 centre backs, normally they don't really move. You don't change them. At my time, it was like that. I would have seen somebody coming, as a centre back a very well-known player coming, I would have felt, okay, the coach doesn't want me anymore, so I better go, or I have to be ready to be on the bench and not play. When you see Neto coming, even if you're Mudryk, you always think that you will have a place to play because, you know, they're interchangeable. You need freshness and it's possible. So less pressure on them.
Ollie Watkins, Alexander Isak. There's another two.
What?
There's another two.
Ollie Watkins isn't going anywhere, is he? Aston Villa aren't going to sell him.
There's another two.
Aston Villa aren't going to sell him, are they?
I don't know.
What do you mean, don't know?
Spend £99 million, you might get him.
Who's got £99 million to spend? Good, right. Let's just end that now because you make yourself look silly.
By the way, on that one, Chelsea have actually got to the stage where when another player comes through the door, they're not thinking, am I in, out or whatever. It's, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's got to that.
It's got to the under normal circumstances, when somebody comes in, you know where they play and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, you're like, oh, another one.
You know, as a player, we have these sort of standing jokes. And where the exit door is, the training ground, whoever was sat next to the exit door, we were like, he'll be next. He'll be next.
You must have felt it, though, Don. Like, your position, obviously...
Well, I felt it about 15 times because I was the one that was there.
Yeah, how does it feel?
Great. It's new, like...
You can't feel great. You're like, hey, someone's coming in to take my
sorry,
position.
I thought you meant if I was leaving.
No.
No. I had that. I had that when... I told you this before, when Walter Smith was the manager at Everton. And he signed Olivier Dacour and John Collins. And he got me in the room, got me in his office about 2 weeks before the season starts and went, you can leave.
Right.
And I went, why? And he went, because you're not going to play. And I went, why? And he went, because we've signed John Collins and Olivier Dacour. And I wasn't being flash. I went, I'm better than them two. Right. And he loved it because I backed myself. Fast forward about sort of 3 or 4 months, the three of us are playing in midfield.
Who came in and took your place at Liverpool?
Good question. So when I was there, when I got in the team, I got in ahead of Steve McMahon because he was probably injured, and I played with Jan Molby, Ronnie Whelan. So when I left, I think probably someone like, who would have signed? Mickey Thomas was there at the time.
Right.
Probably Jason McAteer, but he was more sort of on the right-hand side. Didi Hamans of this world. So clubs move on. As long as you're buying, as Stevie said before, he nailed it when he said, if you're buying better players, it's the right thing to do.
Don made one of his bets this week.
So,
would you be on Don's side or Ali's side?
Just to let you know, it was league.
This is all off for Atletico Madrid.
it was the goals, wasn't it?
10 goals.
League.
10 league goals.
He'll get 10 league goals. He'll score 10 league goals.
Will he?
Aye.
All right.
Which leads us to how many goals will Solanke score for Spurs?
I'm gonna go a strong 15.
15?
Strong 15.
Yeah? 15? You think 15, Frank?
Yeah, at least. Depending on how Son is. If Son is on his prime, still on his prime, you know, he can serve him a lot and he can score lots of goals, yeah.
OK. Stevie, what is more likely to happen this season? Spurs to win any trophy, Manchester United to get the top 4, or Enzo Maresca to be the manager of Chelsea at the end of the season?
Start bench drop, no? Is it?
Yeah, I've just made it simpler.
More lately.
Simpler.
So I'd have to go.
What's more likely? It's Man U, innit?
Well, come on.
Man U.
See, the thing is, with Maresca,
they're not going to change.
They can't sack Maresca.
I'm telling you, if he doesn't win hardly any games in the first 2 or 3 months...
I mean, they must be... They'd have to sit down and go, we're going... Well, we look ridiculous already, but... Surely they can't sit...
It's Man U. That question's Man U.
No.
Has to be. Has to be.
Swithing between Man U and Maresca. I just don't see how they can... And if they're that bad, then these numpties probably would, wouldn't they?
Don't know, Stevie. It's your choice. A lot of thought's gone into this.
Oh. I guess it's possible Man United could get in the top 4.
Right, Man United top 4. Next.
Nah.
Maresca.
Maresca and then Spurs, third.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yes. Frank, you agree?
No. For me, I don't see why Spurs will be winning any trophy this season comparing to last season, because I think the 3 others they're gonna be better. So what is more likely to happen? Spurs first, Spurs to
No,
start.
no.
Manchester United.
Yeah, you got it the wrong way round, but
come
yeah.
on,
So
no.
you Manchester United, Enzo, and then Spurs. Spurs aren't going to win a trophy. That's what you're saying.
Spurs is not winning trophy. Manchester United, maybe he can win the top 4. Enzo Maresca won't be sacked.
There we go. All right then. Stevie, did you read the Arteta story?
Aye.
So, in case you missed it, Arsenal night out, Arteta hired pickpockets to go around and obviously steal from the players. And the lesson was to always kind of be aware of your surroundings. Many questions. Where do you get your pickpockets from? But there we go. Does this make sense? Don, you weren't that fussed about this.
I liked
yesterday.
it.
You liked it.
If they hadn't,
because I don't think it was a gimmick to try and get them more points. I think it was a gimmick on a pre-season trip, just to try and lighten the mood and have a laugh. And players would have loved
You
it.
don't add that nonsense at the end about being alive all the time, unless you're serious. And as Shaq said yesterday, I mean, light bulbs and all that nonsense.
But it's worked. But it's worked, hasn't it?
No.
No,
What do you mean?
Not when he played You'll Never Walk Alone and went to Anfield.
But Arsenal have improved.
They spent a lot of money on some good players. That's what
you can't liken Arsenal improving to the stuff that he's done in terms
Why?
of
Why do they have to be separate?
Because they played
entities?
You'll Never Walk Alone around an 11v11 a couple of days before they went to Anfield and got battered.
But some of the techniques, light bulb may have worked, the dog may have worked.
How's about you spent a lot of money on good
They got a
players?
dog, didn't they? They brought a dog into the training
He
ground.
doesn't want to hear that.
Sorry,
So the dog's got the points.
No, I mean,
I said, how's about he spent a lot of money on good players?
no, that's fine.
Right.
But why
But
is
good
one?
nonsense.
Why is one completely, utterly separate to the other? Why can't there
Well,
be
you
an
can't
element?
measure it.
Why there can't be an
Can't
element?
measure it.
Exactly. So if you can't measure it, you can't completely write it off.
I think the chances you can.
Do you think, right, when Arteta's walking around the dressing room and got one of the coaches 6 yards behind him, holding on to something to keep the light bulb going, do you think the players are listening to what he's saying?
I don't know.
They're not. They're sitting there.
But clearly they like
you how
it. Clearly
daft-
they play for him.
I tell you how daft it is, Dan, very quickly, right?
Stupid.
A pal of mine was at Sunderland, John Oster, great lad, and Howard Wilkinson was the manager, and he had a sort of microphone from his ears and speakers all around of a pitch, and he played an 11v11, no ball.
Right.
No ball.
Right.
So the players had to try and pretend what I'm going to do here. So Stevie, I'm pretending I'm passing to you. Then John Oster walked away with a match ball. He walked away with a hat-trick, Frank. He went like that. Because it was ludicrous. It was a Mickey take.
OK.
But they thought, subconsciously, something must be in it. The players are like, what is this? 11v11, no ball.
Alan Hansen told me a story. Alan Roth used to be the goalkeeper for Scotland, played at Partick Thistle when Hansen was still at Thistle. And Bertie Hall did the same thing. There was no opposition. It was just 11v no opposition. And they wanted everybody to do what they would do in the game. So they're all like, what is going on? But it's like, you know what, we've got to do it. We don't do it, we'll end up running us. He said, he said, we're all running about, like, everybody's trying to pretend kick the ball. He said, and I turned round, and Alan Roth was throwing himself across the goal. He's just picking himself up, running, and then diving in the air. He says, I've never seen anything so ridiculous in all my life. It's just nonsense. Absolutely.
You can't
But for you, if it's nonsense, but it might resonate with one player. You might get someone a little bit improved. It might bring the group together.
But how does pickpocketing?
How's that?
How does that?
But of the
make you
100 things he
better?
does, maybe some don't work, but maybe some do work. Look, you've been there, you played that. I'm just intrigued. Like, if it doesn't work, then why does he keep doing it, and why do Arsenal keep improving?
Here's the best way. This is probably the best way to explain it. After a certain amount of times of doing stuff like that, nobody's listening to a word you say.
Right.
It's just another one of your gimmicks.
But clearly they are still, though, because obviously
Have you got time for another?
They're getting better.
Have you got time for another?
Cool. What do you mean?
What do you mean they're getting better?
Arsenal are getting better.
I just said, how about you spend a lot of money on good players?
No, I understand, and that could be
Nothing to do with
that could be 99% of it. But maybe there's just that little tiny element of all this nonsense actually resonates and actually works.
Can I tell you another one very quickly? Kevin Carl, Sunderland, Scottish player, right, at Sunderland, same manager, I think. And he had a plastic bag on stage and he challenged all the players, blindfolded, to put your hand and grasp something in the plastic bag. So Emerson Tom, Brazilian centre-half, went no chance. No chance. They all went no chance. They went Kevin Carl, 6'6", centre-forward, Scottish lad, went, I'll do it. He put his hand in a plastic bag, it was full of nettles. stung his hand everywhere. And he went, that's what I want, someone to grasp the nettle.
Right.
And the players are like,
OK.
His hand was like, what's the point?
Well, there's no point in that.
That's what I mean.
Frank?
Well, you know, I think I'm okay with Arteta's thing. You know, he's a little bit light. For the other example, I think it's completely stupid. I remember seeing some French players when they play with Raymond Domenech going to theaters and pretending being actors, comedian, and reading some lines, trying to be, you know, into it. And when you're not an actor, you look easily ridiculous. And when they show that on TV, it didn't help them to get better on the pitch. And under Domenech, players went worse to worse. So sometimes stay on the field, do what you know. Make sure that maybe you go, you know, for Disneyland for one day. It will cheer up the team, and it's going to be good enough, you know, to make sure the atmosphere is there. But don't be too tricky.
Where does Don think Everton will finish this season, and will they keep Branthwaite?
I hope they do. I don't think they'll be close to the bottom three, sail into the wind that they have the last couple of seasons. I'd like to think they can try and get to a 14th, 15th and get into the new stadium without any drama. I'd like to think it's not going to go down to the last 4 or 5 games of the season again, if they keep Branthwaite.
Frank, would you like to see a tournament where the best 11s from each league compete in an all-star game?
No, doesn't make any sense for me. Because they don't know each other, so it's just, well, it was nice for the people to see the best player in the world, maybe, playing against each other. But I don't think the level would be good because they don't know. They don't have automatism, and it doesn't mean anything. So, well, no, I'm not interested. It's like it wasn't Bowley who tried to have the north of England against the south of England game. Yeah, well done, well done.
I was in attendance for the MLS All-Stars against Real Madrid.
Oh,
and who was the coach?
Go on. Stevie. MLS. How'd you go on, Stevie? How'd you go on?
Wow.
What did you lose by?
6.
I think that sounds about right, yes.
That's all the players need, another
I
game.
was happy with 6.
That's all the players need again, another
There you
game.
go, nice trip to Spain, though. Lovely.
That was good, though.
I didn't know you at the time.
6-0.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. We will be back tomorrow to reflect on the Community Shield. Of course, Manchester United taking on Manchester City. You can see that game exclusively live on ESPN Plus tomorrow, where our coverage starts at 9 p.m. Eastern.